Welcome to Microeconomics class. In this class, we're talking about price and output determination in a perfect computation. So that is how firms determine price and output in a perfect computation. So let's say we have a representative firm, a particular firm. So this diagram will represent the behavior of a particular firm in a perfect competition, and whatever happens to this firm is going to happen to all other firms in that and in this market, because this is a representative firm. So we have this plane, so we have output of the firm here, that is small q, and we always have price and cost on this axis. This is 0. Don't forget that a firm in the perfect market, that is a perfectly competitive firm, usually faces an horizontal demand curve. Then the demand curve is perfectly elastic because the price is determined in the market. This price determined in the market is fixed. So whatever output level the firm needs to sell is going to sell at this price. Okay, this represents the demand curve of the firm, and because the price is fixed, so it is going to be equivalent to marginal revenue. Because the price is the same thing as that marginal revenue, this also represents average revenue. Okay. And how does a firm determine outputs and price in a perfect computation? At that point, MC will be equal to MR. Okay. Let me introduce MC curve now. So this is MR curve. So let's say we have this. This is MC curve. Okay. You can see when MR is MC, this is the point. Okay. Mean that the firm will produce at this point in order to maximize profit, because the goal of the firm is to maximize profit. So this will represent the profit maximizing output of a firm in a perfect competition, and this is the equivalent price. Okay. And because the most efficient unit of output is produced where AC is at minimum. So I can draw my AC curve here. This is AC. You can see this is the minimum point of AC. Okay, minimum point of AC. So the firm will like to produce at this point minimum point of AC. So let me say this is A. This represents average cost of the firm. That is A is equal to average cost of the firm. And we know P is the price. Okay, P is equal to price. Okay, YQ is equal to the unit of output. Unit of output. Unit of output. Okay, this is equilibrium. Okay, so this is how the firm determine the price and output in a perfect computation. Okay, price and output in a perfect computation. So another thing you need to pay attention to that I need to explain. So let me explain this and explain that is that let's say we have for diagram we have output, a small q, we have price, and we have cost. Okay, so this is the demand curve, which is equivalent to NR AR, and this is the price. Okay, now let's say we have, at times we can draw our marginal cost to start from up here. Let's say this is represent my marginal cost. Okay, you can this at this point. Okay, at this point MR is equal to MC. Also likewise at this point MR is equal to MC. Okay, meaning that the firm is in equilibrium here, he also in equilibrium here. But at this point it's not maximizing profit. The goal is to maximize profit because it can produce more than this unit. Okay, and if it produces more than this unit, it's still going to get to a point where MR is going to be equal to MC. So in other words, we are not going to take this point as the first profit maximization point. We are going to take this point, this second point as what? the profit maximization point, because at this point it produces the highest possible level of output in order to make the highest possible profit. Okay, now in other words, here we have profits of the firm, profits of the firm, that is marginal profit, marginal profit of the firm, profit on extra units sold. At this point we have it. Okay, we have extra profits within this shaded portion. Okay, so another point you need to take note here is that as long, okay, let me draw this. This is the output level chosen by the firm. Now, another thing you need to pay attention is that you can see, if you look at here within this range we have MC is greater, because this is the call for MC is greater than MR at this point. Okay, you can see this MR curve is less than MC curve. Okay, so the firm should not produce beyond this point, because if the firm produces beyond this point, the firm is going to what? Make a loss. Okay, why? Because MC will be greater than MR. It's going to make a loss on every extra unit produces. Okay, for example, if the firm produces beyond this Q1, Q star, let's say the firm decides to produce at this point, let's even call it Q1. You can see MC, then when MC1 here is greater than MR1, that is the expenses incurred to produce one more unit is more than the revenue generated from the sale of that unit. So it does not make sense for the firm to produce beyond this point. Okay, that's what we are trying to say. So generally, we said the firm should end, the firm, please note this statement, the firm should continue to increase the unit of output produced as long as marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost. Okay, that is as long as the marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost, the firm should continue to increase the unit of output produced. For example, we see from here, we have marginal revenue. Marginal revenue here is greater than marginal cost. This is marginal cost. Marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost throughout this point. Okay, until we get to this point where the marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. Once the marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost, the firm should fix its level of output at that point. It should not produce beyond that point, because if the firm produces beyond a point where X is equal to MR, the firm is going to incur a loss on every extra unit produced. Okay, you can see, you say this is the point where the firm is in equilibrium and also maximizing the profit. So here we are going to end this class. So don't forget to like the video, drop your comment, and also share the videos for others.